Hey Aries, how's it going? And welcome back to my channel. And for all my new subscribers, welcome to my channel. Today, this is going to be your Aries reading for the month of August 2022. However, my readings are timeless, so when this reading comes to you is when it is meant for you. This is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everyone. If that is the case, please check your moon, rising, and even your Venus placement, as those may resonate just a little bit better for you. Also, if you are looking to schedule a personal reading, the information for that is listed in the description box below, and that is the one and only way that you can schedule a personal or any type of reading with me. I will never reach out to anyone on social media. So if anybody is reaching out to you claiming to be me, it is a fake account. Please block and report as you will. I will not be doing any scheduling on any social medias or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. If you'll go ahead and give this reading a thumbs up, that would be great, and I will appreciate that, and you as well. So, this is the main reading for the month. A mid-month bonus reading will be coming a little bit later, towards the middle third quarter of the month. And that reading is to basically see if we've missed anything in this current reading. But sometimes that doesn't mean we missed anything. It might have mean that the energy's changed up a little bit. Maybe you took a left instead of a right. Maybe you said yes instead of no to something because you had the consciousness of it in this reading. You had the understanding of what was to come. Okay? So you can change things a little bit off their natural course if you didn't know anything about it to begin with, right? It wouldn't be like a natural, innate response to the situation because you kind of had a little peek into it via this reading, right? Okay, so if that should cause any changes or drifts, the mid-month reading will be like a spot cleanse to that and help us kind of guide through the new path that may have came. So without further ado, Aries, let's jump into your reading. All right, Aries, this month, as you can see, we have this beautiful rainbow deck. It is the Maxwell Rainbow Tarot. And Maxwell is an amazing 6-year-old little boy that, along with his mother, came up with this beautiful tarot deck. He personally, Maxwell, hand drew every single one of the cards. They are fashioned off the traditional Rider-Waite tarot system, and they are amazing. They're like just spot on, so easy to read, so correlated to the original one. It's amazing. I have listed in the description box the Kickstarter where you can read all about Maxwell's story, see the deck, and all that. And hopefully this will go mass market, or and maybe he'll do an independent site with his mom, and you guys can all pick up your deck as well. So, if you're not familiar with the way I do my monthly readings, we use a wide variety of decks. This will just be the one that kind of gives us the general opener, okay? We're going to pull a spread to just kind of see where the energies lie for you for this month, Aries. So just kind of whatever messages need to come out, whatever direction needs to be pulled focus to, that's what the first part of the reading will be. Then we will head on over to our love portion. So we'll do a small little pull with some oracle cards for both singles and Aries in a relationship. Then we will get some advice moving forward overall. And then we'll be able to close this off with a single oracle, well, however many come out, right? Generally just a single oracle card from the universe via our gentle creature wisdom deck. So we're having a lot of fun with some playful energy this month, using these playful, loving decks. So we'll see what that brings us for, Aries. Let's see what it shows us. So we have the Six of Wands right out the bat. We have the Death card in reverse. The Hierophant. Get a few more cards on the board. Page of Cups in the reverse. The Tower in the reverse. Alright, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. You got a lot of Scorpio energy here with Death card and the Tower card. Okay, and we had two pop up. We're going to take those and pretend they are one. Okay, Aries. So these are going to be a combined energy for that spot. All right. Bottom of the deck energy, you have the King of Pentacles in, or the Knight of Pentacles rather, in the reverse. So not quite going forward with some type of movement. Um, let's see. Six of Wands in the reverse to the Death card in the reverse. So you're not feeling good about something that didn't quite end yet. This could be very well a marriage or a relationship. You do have the Hierophant right here. You also have the Four of Wands in the reverse, and these two cards kind of denote, like, most of the time marriage or union, family, togetherness. But also, like, this could also be meaning, wisdom and higher calling lessons, like spiritual lessons and things like that. He is the Hierophant, so he's the counter to, like, the High Priestess. So with the Tower card in the reverse, so there's just something that it's still in the process. I mean, it hasn't ended. It's just, it's not as bad as it once was. You have the Tower in reverse. Maybe this is at the stage where you're finally rebuilding from the catastrophic drama blah that may have happened as a result of this. You're not feeling very good. You're not feeling too proud of what has occurred. There may have been something, in this marriage or this union or this situation where you're like, you've checked that either you or the other person have just completely checked out emotionally. Page of Cups in reverse. There is no wanting to go forward, but you have this Justice card, and this is kind of why I'm suggesting, like, marriage gone divorce type thing. But it's what I'm seeing here is that everything is happening the way it should be. It's beneficial to you, but it's just not beneficial for the union. But that might mean that you or the other person really wanted to end the marriage or end the situation, and it has gone through a legal situation, whether it be a spiritual legality where it's like, the higher callings have come up with the resolution that is most fitting for the situation, and it may not be the most joyous of things for you. It may not have even been what you wanted. Okay. But then again, most of the time when we go through these situations where, you've come to a fork in the road of, is this emotional or situation, this, dare it be a marriage or otherwise, when we have to come to that fork in the road and we're trying to figure out, do I want to stay with this or do I want to keep going? Sometimes, you dance with the devil, and you want to stay in certain relationships because it's the person you care about. It's what you've known this whole time, right? And yet higher beings, God, our guardian angels, whatever looks after you, might be saying, I've got something better. This is not forever. It would get you to the next phase type thing. And it's guiding you through. But it's clear to me that you probably had a little bit of resistance or quite a bit of resistance. Um, and this really, you're like, this is not the way I wanted it to be, that you didn't feel good about this. But, you're withdrawing yourself emotionally, to probably get through it, to probably get through what has been destined. It wasn't, per what you wanted. Your ego spoke differently, but destiny spoke another direction for you. So, this, when we hear, like, when we go through situations and we hear, like, something's going to end, especially something that involves having emotions or anything like that, it's always a difficult reading in the preface. Now, the silver lining to this is when it's divinely guided, we know that that is our proper place and that is where we should be, or who we should be with, or what we should be doing, overall, even if it doesn't reflect our innate feelings. So there is a more higher resolution for you in this, Aries. It just may not feel like it at this time. Okay? So we'll see what the relationship readings are going to be like for Aries right now. Okay? We're going to go ahead and start off with our singles. So the Aries that are single, the ones that, The status didn't change on the social media. The Aries that are like, I don't know, I'm just kind of seeing somebody, but we haven't really made it official. Titles aren't really there. You know, if it ain't all the way, it ain't anyway, okay? It's just you're single with a glorified person that you may or may not be sleeping with, or may or may not be, you know, seeing every other night for the Netflix and chill, right? Okay? So if that's the case, this is for you. This is also for the Aries that know they're single and don't want to be mingling and don't want to be with anybody. They're really enjoying their personal space and their adventure in life at this time. Okay? So Aries, single Aries, if you will please give me a card for messages for our single Aries, our non-relationship. Okay, there we go. It says children. Your love life is being affected by children. Okay, so this doesn't, sometimes people say this card just appears negative, like the way it is written. But it's not so much the way it is written. I've explained this to people before. The way it's written is a very direct message. You know, your love life is being affected by children. But our egos tend to go into a negative place because of the situations in the world today. With people saying, like, I don't want to date somebody with kids, you know, baggage, you know, they give it kind of, there's some instances where they give it a negative connotation, but this could mean that your children really need you to focus on them. Perhaps you're pregnant right now and it's, you know, you're trying to figure out, what do? I didn't anticipate this. You know, this could, for a specific Aries out there, means you need to get involved more with your children. Your children may have messages for you that you have been resisting because you have been so, you know, caught up with yourself, maybe caught up with work, things like that, and you're wondering why your spouse, you know, not your spouse, this is for singles, but you're wondering why, like, your love life isn't, you know, really forting, you know, in any way. It's because probably it has to do with, you know, maybe that person you have your eye on also is needing to spend time with their kids and needing to, you know, get established better with their kids at this time. It doesn't mean a negative thing. None of those situations are bad. It just literally means that there is a child or children involved where there might be a not right now situation for you, and that's okay. That's there. If you can have any excuse not to be in a relationship, focusing on your children or focusing on a situation involving a child, there can't be really wrong in that. Now, can there? So when people say this card may seem negative because it's like, you know, they're viewing children as a baggage component almost, and children are not baggage. They have never been baggage. They never will be baggage. They're your face to face with the higher power. They're your face to face with God. They're your heart beating outside of you, you know, if it's your child personally. So that can never ever be wrong. You know, how we handle it with our egos and our feelings and our mixed emotions is what, you know, makes us believe something that may not be accurate or true. Okay? So keep that in mind. So if you're feeling negative about a situation, you know, I can't date because I have kids. If you're feeling negative about that, please don't. You know, it just means at this time, you know, the universe, God is working on a situation for you that benefits both you and your children. If you are a person who cannot date a certain someone because they have kids, well, hey, you know what? Too bad, so sad. Either you learn to accept or you stay freaking single. How's that? Or, you know what, if they have kids and they just don't have time for you, you know what, sometimes it's okay to just wait. Plan some play dates. You'll still get time in with the person you care about, and you guys will be bonding in the way that is most important to both of you. Okay? So that's kind of where I'm seeing this going for the single Aries. So now let's move forward to our Aries in strong committed relationships like marriages, long-term relationships, engagements, things of that nature. Okay, let's see what messages we have for our Aries in relationships, in committed relationships. Let me get one more shuffle in. Alrighty. And messages for Aries in a relationship. Friendship. Nurture the bond of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. So right now, for the Aries in committed relationships, it's telling you, go back to that more playful beginning, basically. Work on the part where you guys were courting each other, you guys went and did fun things, maybe just kind of even forgetting the title or entitlements that come with the title of marriage, relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, etc., because those sometimes make us like feel a little too grounded, a little too attached, a little too comfortable, if you will. And there isn't that lightheartedness that sometimes we definitely need to see and feel and experience in a relationship at various points. If you lose the friendship component, are you really even having fun anymore? Probably not. So go back and do things that you did when you guys were first, getting to know each other, not even courting necessarily or trying to date yet, just like when you first met them and you guys were into sports or you were into theme parks or maybe you were into concerts or anything like that. Start, remembering those activities and the vibrations and feelings you had when you were engaging in those, and go out and do them. Go out and do something that's really, really fun that doesn't involve like some serious hardcore, grounding feelings, more lighthearted, airy, let's just go do it and see where the wind takes us type emotions, okay? So go do that. Be friends again. And also, if you're having issues with your significant other, your lover, spouse, or so forth, don't forget to come at them at an angle when we discuss things where it's more of a friendship. Don't less judgmental, less, you must be and do and say, come at it from just that angle of, if you weren't committed, to this person, what would you say? What advice would you give them as a friend? And that's probably the message that's coming out for a certain group of Aries. Okay. So next we're going to move on to get some, some advice moving forward for our Aries. You want to see what we need to do with these messages that have come at us from the universe, give us a little direction moving forward, things like that. What should we do? We've had the general message came out kind of strong, kind of, there wasn't a whole lot of, rainbows and unicorn farts and cute little fluffy bunnies or anything like that. There was some hard and heavy right there. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups. Needing to walk away from something emotionally, not really needing to work on this anymore. All right, you got that Tower in the reverse again. Okay, now it's time to rebuild. Walking away from something that is very emotional, like just saying, what, I need to reserve my emotions for me at this time. And, not really trying to work on fixing that situation, but more so working on ourselves, because what I'm seeing right here with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like you're not feeling very proud of yourself right now, and you're not probably proud that you have to walk away from this situation. But, we can't work on us if we can't work on going forward if we keep on dragging the past with us, right? So that's what I'm kind of seeing. And you got that Page of Pentacles right at the bottom. You're not really feeling it, and I know you're not really feeling it. Maybe this isn't something you want to do, but it's telling you need to do it in order to rebuild yourself. And sometimes when we are moving on from very emotional situations, very painful situations, very painful relationships ending, things like that, it's never easy, and it's probably not meant to be easy, okay? Because sometimes when we have matters of the heart, those lessons are very difficult to deal with, but they teach us the most about ourselves. I speak that loud and proud because I've been through divorces and things like that. And I didn't feel okay about those divorces at the time. I just felt, like I know I need to go forward. And even though there were days where it was so hard to get up out of bed and so hard to even take care of myself, it was, you have to. And you don't feel good. You're trudging through the day and everything. You're basically on autopilot, but keep going. Keep going. You are going to find moments that are going to make you laugh. You are going to find moments that are going to make you smile. You are going to learn new things. You are going to have new experiences. You are going to be joyful, even if you feel guilty about being joyful because you've moved on from a person or a place or a thing, and that, where you felt that it should have been there with you. And moving on from it can be very painful at times, but don't worry about it, okay? life is a lot of cycles. You know, the Tower cards, just like the Death card, they're all about cycles. They're all about changes. They're all about things that we technically don't ever want to experience willfully. You know, their specific energies. Change can be great, but the energies of, like, you know, the Tower card usually mean, like, you know, we're going through this, you know, against our will. So that is the advice moving forward, Aries. And let's go ahead and get a oracle card from the Wisdom Gentle Creature Wisdom deck. I want to call it the Wisdom Creature deck. So maybe that's what it's about, is the wisdom of these awesome creatures that are showcased on this deck by Dan May. This is an amazing deck. Very playful, very juvenile, but it has strong messages. It's not too playful. The messages can be very, very strong. So, and very direct, and, you know, they don't take a lot of elaboration to really get and to really understand and to really incorporate. So let's get a closing message for the month of August for Aries. See, we got 2 right there. Let's see. We have wings. I don't read these in reverse because I don't feel the need to. Wings and drift. So at this time, I mean, literally what I'm getting is now's the time to really take flight, but just go. Like that easy sway and drift, like no substantial direction, no real determined course. Just kind of let yourself go. And what I find awesome is the correlation of the butterflies. Not only is this creature got the butterfly wings, but there's also a butterfly landing and then the butterfly here. And if it marked me wrong, no, they're not. There isn't butterflies in every image. So this one really is going to be speaking to you, Aries, about just really observing, watching from above type energy. You know, like, don't really get yourself caught up with anything. Just kind of ease over through it. And, you know, right now is the time to utilize your wings, to utilize your freedoms and your time alone. Even when you feel like, you know, I just don't know what to do, that's okay. It is perfectly all right. It's actually what is best for you right now, is not knowing what to do, because part of this freedom is allowing you to figure that out, is allowing you to open new doors, allowing you to experience new things that maybe in the past you were like, I can't do that because of this situation. I can't do that because I can't afford it, can't blah, blah, blah. You made a million excuses, and now it's like, you know what, just go do it. Just go do it and enjoy it and figure things out along the way. You know, breathing new air, taking new steps, things like that. It can all feel very, very weird, but it is very, very rewarding, and it is very, very natural, and it is very, very, it can be difficult, but it is definitely going to enrich you. The bottom line is it's going to be enriching no matter what it is. And you're going to enjoy it, maybe in hindsight, because during the time that we are drifting and taking flight, we kind of feel a little jaded at times. But it's okay. It's going to be okay. So just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and enjoy it. All right. I want to thank you so much, Aries, for letting me read for you. It's always a pleasure. And if you would be so kind as to make sure that you're hitting that like button, dropping a comment after this video, letting me know if these messages spoke to you or applied to you or anything like that, or perhaps there's a different type of reading you'd like to see from my channel. Also, every Sunday night at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time is the live Tarot and Tea All Signs reading. Please make sure that you go ahead and look for that on my channel, hit the bell notification, and be there, because it is a live chat where we all interact. The messages come out, you know, sometimes a lot stronger, when the, you know, a lot more goes into them. They're a lot more heavier sometimes, or a lot more playful. It is a great time. I totally suggest you making it to one of the live readings. But with that being said, Aries, I will end this here, and I hope to see you sometime between now and forever. Take care.